Drops. This is Eating Paintings at an art gallery cafe with Emirichu on Spilled Ink. I don't know if Didas is in this one, but we'll see.
Hello, Ink Drops. This week, I'm giving both Didas and the editors a break and making this video in the style of one of my many collab cafe videos over on my channel.
Nice.
I'm taking over today. And that's
Heck yeah.
because a while back, Didas and I took a trip to Osaka and we filmed at an art gallery themed cafe where we got to paint on our own edible canvas cakes and try out some drinks that were inspired by famous paintings. So I felt this was the perfect spot to showcase for an episode of Spilled Ink.
Have a good lay down.
And perfect for me to narrate because, as a lot of you might know, I'm a big cafe fiend. And out of all the themed cafes I've been to, I'm not kidding when I say this was genuinely one of the most creative and impressive ones I've ever been to. And I'm really excited to tell you all about it.
Yay.
If you're ever in Japan and visiting Osaka specifically, I highly recommend adding Unimak to your list of places to visit if you're interested in an interactive and delicious artistic experience. This video is not sponsored, by the way. We actually reached out to the cafe asking if we could film here, and they very graciously gave us the option of coming in after hours so we could film without capturing other customers on camera. But everything we ate was purchased by us. So the highlight of this cafe is their signature canvas cake set, which is a pure white buttercream cake with a tea-scented sponge and sweet and sour raspberry cream underneath. It comes with a palette knife, a palette of different colored creams that you can paint with, and an assortment of toppings that you can decorate your painting with. And apparently these creams and toppings will vary seasonally. So for the summertime, the toppings we were given were amber sugar, chocolate crunch, yuzu peel, rice puffs, crystal sugar, and meringue. So for my cake, I decided to paint some ocean waves and a sunset, and I thought it turned out pretty cute. I used the meringue pieces for the sea foam and one of the circular amber sugar pieces for the sun. Didas decided to paint himself. And what a fantastic job he did. Look at how cute his self-portrait turned out.
Oh, that's so cute.
The cafe also gave us name cards so we could date and title our works of art, which I thought was such a cute touch. I called mine Sparkling Sunset, and Didas called his Didas. And once we finally took some bites out of our cakes, we were very pleasantly surprised to discover that they were really nice and soft and tasted really good. Even with all the additional creams and toppings, the cake wasn't too sweet at all.
Nice.
The canvas cake painting was a really fun and interactive art experience, and each one is handmade, so they're super limited in number every day. So if you do plan on visiting this cafe and trying it out for yourself, I highly recommend placing a reservation for it online beforehand. It was time to wash down the cake with some drinks that were all designed to be an homage to their respective paintings in both appearance and flavor. The first one we ordered was The Kiss by Gustav Klimt, which was a dry ginger ale filled with spicy ginger jelly for that really gorgeous yellow golden color,
the ice cubes with
and grenadine and lime jelly for the green and red colors. The second drink was Southern Gardens by Paul Klee. This drink is a sangria-style non-alcoholic soda with colorful fruit sorbet to replicate the colored squares in the painting. And according to the website, the crunchy texture of the fruit sorbet and the popping sound of the carbonation is meant to represent how Klee attempted to express sound through painting. The third drink was inspired by Claude Monet's Impression Sunrise, and this was an almond vanilla latte made with butterfly pea, hazelnut vanilla mousse, and layered with jasmine tea jelly.
Good.
I was especially impressed with the way they recreated the painting by layering the drink ingredients, and I still have no idea how they did the sun. And lastly, for their limited time drink, Unimak had drinks based off of the works of Katsushika Hokusai, who was the artist behind the famous Great Wave off Kanagawa woodblock print. So we, of course, had to give that one a try.
Of course.
This drink was a jasmine soda with jasmine foam, jasmine jelly, grapefruit granita, diced apples, and a rich matcha sauce at the bottom.
Oh, that sounds good.
As you can see, these drinks looked incredible, and you could tell there was so much thought and creativity behind the ingredients and colors that they picked for each one. And what made it extra fun was that there was a little display area outside the cafe where you could take pictures of the drinks in front of replicas of the paintings that they were based off of. The cafe staff encouraged us to mix the drinks before we tried them so that all the flavors could properly blend together, which hurt me so bad to do because these were actual works of art and I didn't want to ruin them, but for the sake of taste testing them, we had to stir them up.
Yep. That makes sense.
My personal favorite drink out of the ones we tried was the Southern Gardens drink.
Yep,
Mostly because I love a good refreshing fruity soda, and the crunchy texture of the sorbet made it so much fun to drink. Titus's favorite was the Impression Sunrise drink because it reminded him of ube milk tea, and he really likes vanilla and almond milk. This drink also felt the most dessert-like out of all of them because of how creamy it was. In addition to the canvas cake set and the gorgeous drinks, Unimak was also selling icing cookies, which were all painstakingly hand-painted and inspired by the same famous paintings that their drinks pay homage to. These beautiful cookies also came packaged in a decorative picture frame box. Just when you thought this cafe couldn't get more artsy, it just kept knocking it out of the park. I purchased one of each cookie to give away to some of my friends, and the cafe staff surprised us by drawing this cute doodle of us on the bag with a Sharpie. And not only is this an art gallery inspired cafe, but Unimak also doubles as an art gallery. Every few weeks, they'll have an artist display their work in a solo exhibition in the cafe where customers can look at their art, read more info about the artist, and also buy original pieces and merchandise. So during our visit, the artist on display was an artist by the name of King Yangpi, who is a third-generation Korean artist from Osaka. He had some beautiful, colorful original works on the walls, and some keychains and stickers available for purchase. I thought it was super cool that while Unimak had a menu celebrating the classic artists and works of the past, it also operated as a space for celebrating new and unique artists to showcase their work. This cafe was an absolutely amazing experience, and it's a spot that Dice and I will be returning to whenever we end up in the Osaka area. And we encourage you to experience it for yourselves one day too. Just a heads up though, this is a standing cafe, so there aren't any chairs. And as I mentioned before, there's only a limited number of canvas cake sets prepared each day, so it's super important that you place a reservation for one in advance if you plan on visiting the cafe. Everything about this place felt like a love letter to the art world, and I cannot recommend this place enough. Hope you enjoyed this short video, and if you'd like to see more art-related experiences like this one in Japan, please let us know. It'll encourage us to get out of the house every once in a while. All right, bye! See you in next week's episode!
Nice. I like that one.